should we do the PvP tier list today? We played a lot of the Genshin PvP game in the past couple days. I've had a lot of fun with it, and so I figured, you know what? I'll talk about my thoughts about how the game is balanced right now. Maybe it'll help them balance it a little bit more going forward. Okay, so obviously the first thing we're gonna get out of the way is the kill your smile category, and we're gonna put Escoffier there, and we're gonna put Neuvillette there, because that bullshit isn't okay. This shit should be banned no matter what. Like, or freeze needs to be reworked. You are literally going to be permafrozen. There's nothing you can do. It's completely unplayable. Healing is disabled. Neuvillette doesn't heal, but he doesn't need to heal because he perma-freezes you from the full screen away while being able to kite backwards. It's like unethical. Straight up, if you face someone who's playing this, just leave. Yeah, Inefa's banned. I assume she wasn't banned when they made that. This shit is completely fucked up. Moving on. What are the other things that, like, people actually play? So there's this. Some people play Bennett. He's dog shit, but some people play him. Okay, what else do people actually play? I've seen people play Raiden, Ito, Goro. For some reason, I've seen that. I've seen Yai. I've seen Yelon. I've seen Nahida. Wanderer. I've seen Farazan. I've seen Dea. Grizzly, Farina, Navia, Arlecchino, Clohant, Shilonen, Ororon, Mauika, Baressa, Flins, Nefer, Columbina, Durin. That's kind of it for the stuff we've seen. I guess Aoife as well, sure. Dahlia? Oh yeah! I have seen a Dahlia. But Dahlia's not that good. Child and Ganyu 2? Really? I don't know. Not really, I think. Like, that's kind of fake. Anyways, so we're gonna assume the way the meta develops without any changes for now is that if you see someone playing Escoffier Neuvillette, you leave. And so matchups against Escoffier Neuvillette do not matter because no one will play them because you will leave. Because otherwise, some of these things actually kind of have a chance against this. Like Wanderer is immune to freeze during his skill, for example. So like Whale Wanderer can out-damage C0 Neuvillette, so you just win the matchup. But, like, that's, like, not entire... Like, that's not a real thing, right? Because if you see this, you should just dodge. Don't allow anyone playing this to have fun. My Mauika Escoffier clears that Escoffier Neuvillette freeze comp. That's because you're playing against people that don't know what they're doing. You should not be able to get anywhere close to them. If you are even close enough to them enough that Mauika can hit them, they fucked up. Yeah, Neuvillette is fine with that Escoffier, and Escoffier is not that bad with the other Hydros. Because at least there's counterplay with the other Hydros. Because you have to get close in order to apply Hydro. Escoffier Columbina is kind of broken, but Columbina's app is pretty low range without Gleam. So you have to basically put yourself in range of the Mauika burst. Like, it is strong, but it's counterable. What's the next best thing? It's probably Noelle, right? Like, Noelle kind of pops the fuck off. Maybe Albedo is here as well. And I think that might be it. Albedo Durin. I feel like you don't need Durin for Albedo to be here. He's one of your options, but he's not your only one. Beidou, nah. Beido's shield just isn't big enough. The reason why Noelle and Albedo are so strong is because in Noelle's case, her shield scales with defense, and defense prevents incoming damage. So you're, like, basically invulnerable while you're shielded. Doesn't Overload break Noelle's shield faster? I mean, if you have full EM Overload, yeah. But faster doesn't mean fast. It still takes a while. Yeah, Barbara's like weird because it's just a bug, right? Like the reason Barbara's good is because after revive, your characters are actually allowed to heal. So I think I'm just not gonna include her at all because it's a bug and it's gonna get fixed for sure. It's not even a balance thing. It's just a bug. You're not gonna bait me into starting the Genshin PvP session right now because if I do, I'm never gonna stop. It'll be here for the next 5 hours. Anyways, other than this, I think one tier below you have just like the normal strong stuff. So you have Mauika, you have Columbina, Flins. I don't know if Skirk gets here, because I feel like Skirk is kind of counterable. Right, like, burst spam Skirk is complete dog shit, because your burst should never hit unless you're playing against someone who doesn't have eyes. But if it hits, it really hurts. I mean, sure, but, like, it doesn't hit. Spam Skirk is like if Captain Falcon could only use Falcon Punch. That shit will never land, alright? Unless you're playing against your fucking 8-year-old brother, it will not land. It cannot connect unless your opponent is just completely dog shit. But like, just normal attack Kirk isn't that bad. Same with Mauika Burst. Mauika Burst AoE is bigger. It actually hits behind you a bit. And once you miss your Mauika Burst, you're still Mawika burst buffed. And that's scary as fuck. Skirk misses her burst, she's now physical Skirk. But like, even if your burst never lands on Mawika, she's still here. Skirk can just wait for your burst and then catch you right after animations, like every other character with animations. Then why would you use a burst? Like Mawika, okay. Mawika just spins onto Skirk until Skirk is dead. What's the fuck is Skirk gonna do? He's gonna have to enter normal mode. Like, yeah, but like, the point I'm making is her burst is never gonna be useful. Versa is S because of mobility? Nah. Mobility only does so much. Versa's really good against stuff that has like very well-defined uptime and downtime, like Skirk, for example. But even then, right, if you get frozen, it's like kind of cooked. But she just kind of gets shredded too fast by stuff that does a lot of damage. And the auto-targeting is so bad for her. So I don't think Versa's on the same level as these three. I think Versa's here with Skirk. I think Xinyan is here. Honestly, the more Xinyan I played yesterday, the more I realized she's kind of just fucking goated as hell. Why? Because defense scaling shields as a whole are just very powerful in PvP. Because a shield is basically extra HP, and extra HP is more valuable the more defense you have. Any shield that scales with defense is just inherently really powerful. Aren't shielders banned? Some of them aren't. But yeah. Alright, who else is, like, really good? I mean, I guess Durin probably goes here. Client, probably, yeah. Yeah, that's reasonable. Should we do a Molani if her abilities work versus Molani if her abilities don't work? Because Molani, when stuff works, is, like, actually here. And when it doesn't work, she's here. But, like, I think as a whole, Molani's probably here. Maybe even here, honestly. I think Molani can actually be really good, but she's a lot harder to play than the other characters here. But I think you can have winning matchups against everything else, basically, if you get lucky enough. You know? Like, we did almost beat that C6 client with Molani, right? And the only reason we lost was because we fucking lost, like, 2/3 of our HP at the start because we didn't know how we were supposed to play it. We would have won, man. Surely it's an auto loss against Noelle? Yeah, for sure. Well, not necessarily. Like, the reality is that against Noelle, kind of just cross your fingers and hope that you manage to land a burst during shield downtime. But, like, Noelle will never hit you. Noelle uses burst, you use Molani E, you dash, you're out of range of Noelle. By the time she catches up to you, the burst is over. The biggest problem is the timeout, actually. Because I think the Noelle versus Molani, if you play it well enough on Molani, you should win. But that's assuming it doesn't time out, and I think it times out before you win. But I don't know, I think Molani being good isn't really Molani being good, it's just a result of Xinyan being good. So maybe Xinyan goes here, Molani goes here. Dude, I love this, man. Holy fuck. Imagine showing this tier list out of context to someone, man. What's Xinyan doing? Full uptime on a defense scaling shield. You just stand on Xinyan, then you swap to Molani, you EQ, and then immediately swap back to Xinyan. You're permanently on a character that has a fuck ton of defense and a big ass shield because of that defense. And if Sharky's nice and actually hits the enemy, you deal like over 2/3 of their HP every time it hits. Show us. We did a lot of it yesterday. Just go watch the VOD. Holy Sharky tracking? What was that one? Okay, why would you do that? I hate how Twitch does that. Like, once it loads in, it just scrolls you here. Like, why would this be what I want to see? Anyways, we can make a, like, bait tier for stuff that, like, people are gonna think is good, but is actually complete dog shit. Daya goes there. Bennett goes there. Goro goes there. Arlecchino? No, Arlecchino's fine, I think. Goro Noelle isn't that bad, to be fair. I mean, that's just because Noelle is good. Goro's not doing anything for you. Because Goro buffs the enemies, too. Like, having him on your team is basically net neutral. Like, literally anyone else would be better. Wouldn't Ito be up there with Noelle? No, because the reason why Noelle is good is because she has a shield. Just being a defense scaler isn't enough. The reason why Albedo is good is because his damage happens passively. When the enemies hit inside of your flower, it procs Albedo. Or because the enemy's invisible Hilichurl is always right next to them, they'll always hit them with their attacks. So Albedo, like, is really good at reliably hitting the enemy. And then on top of that, he's a defense scaler, so he's really tanky. Ito's not really good at hitting the enemy. He's just a defense scaler, so he's tanky. And even then, he's not that tanky compared to other defense scalers because he fucking shreds his own resistances like an idiot when he uses his burst. So Chiori will be great. Chiori should be okay, right? Doesn't have as easy of a time as Albedo at hitting enemies, but it should be fine. I haven't actually played against it. Yeah, Ito is like here probably. He has some winning matchups against the characters that are higher than him, but he's just so easy to counter. All right, Yelan is probably kind of bad, honestly. I just feel like she's one of the worst Hydro options because it's just kind of hard to get her targeting to properly be up against the enemy. Just too easy to dodge. It's probably still here because even the worst Hydro option is still freeze. Shilonen is dog shit. Don't play Shilonen. You might think, ooh, shred, but like you also shred your own Hilichurl. If you have Cinder City, you also give Cinder City to the enemy. And sure, she's a defense scaler, but if your other character is dead, the Shilonen ain't doing anything. If your other character isn't dead, being on Shilonen will not allow you to do anything either. I guess you could do like Shilonen Albedo. At that point, just bring a Witch instead and double Albedo's damage, you know? How do you crystallize with Anemo and Geo? The enemy also applies element to their own Hilichurl. You can react off of your own Hilichurl as well. And then on top of that, you now get to have the element or a crystallized shield of the element of your enemy, so it's even tankier. The problem is that it's not that good against stuff that has two different elements, right? Like Mawika Veresa, for example. Yeah, or Hydro Pyro, or Freeze even. I think Risley might straight up be as good as Skirk. The problem with Risley is that you're squishy as fuck, right? But I guess not necessarily, because you don't have to use your E until you're 50% HP, right? So I guess you're not. And you can also just bring Farina so that being at 50% HP isn't a downside because everyone is at 50% HP anyways. Maybe Risley's better than Skirk actually, because he's actually full uptime. Okay, wait, actually I need someone with Risley to make me experience some pain right now. Yelan does seem pretty good though. It just doesn't beat the good, like the meta stuff, but probably goes here. Although I feel like you probably just get cooked by Mawika too, maybe. Because like Mawika just outdamages you, right? And the AoE is big enough that it can actually hit Yelan as long as you don't position like an idiot. I think I've discovered a new stall tech. What is it? Bolide Yanfei. Holy shit. I don't think Yanfei will be better than Xinyan though. Like I guess it'll be a really big shield, but you won't have a lot of defense. You use them together. Oh, that's disgusting. I think that's enough testing for now. We can finish this probably. Yeah, I think Beto's like meh. Singto probably goes here. Like, he's alright. Just don't know if he provides enough. Then, I think Yanfei is not it for shielders. Mawika should go up. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Mawika doesn't win against Durin Albedo, you know? So maybe Durin goes up instead. But maybe it does if you bring Xinyan, but that's just Xinyan doing the work, right? Anyways, Yunjin is dog shit. Wanderer is like, I think pretty decent, right? One of those things that like isn't completely terrible, but is also not one of the like main strats in my opinion. Farina probably goes here. How about Ganyu? I think Ganyu's not very good. Maybe Ganyu Farina is good, right? You just deploy your burst and you stay in the burst and the enemies can't really approach you without getting frozen, but Ganyu Yelan I don't think is all that good. Anyways, Yai is pretty dog shit, I think. Classic. Navia, also kind of just not great. Maybe it's fine, honestly. Maybe it goes here. Think it's possible to remove Zabai Nays completely? Probably not. I mean, you can probably just remove voice lines, but that's not the only thing that's gonna get turned off if you do. Arlecchino, probably here. I'm not too confident about the stuff like C tier or below, but I am pretty confident about the stuff here. Like, all this shit is kind of good. Maybe Cloud isn't that good. Nah, Cloud's probably good, because it's good against stall. So it stops working when you hit 50% HP? She does? Her dashes stop existing? Really? Why? Oh, that's weird. Anyways, I'm not too confident about the rest. But this I'm pretty confident in. I think we're gonna stop here for now, though. I think that's enough PvP yapping.